All right, thanks, Audra. Good luck to all jumping off of the pier. And many of us have the best intentions of losing weight, but we never actually achieve our goals because we don't know how to start. We've got Cheryl Forberg here and Monte Morris with us this morning about taking that first step and how to stay on the right track once you get on it. How are you guys?
Excellent.
Great.
Thank you, Clint.
We've got to start off with, first of all, Monte, you lost 48 pounds.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Now, I met you like this, so I never saw you, the heavier version of you, so I can't even picture you heavier. But we were talking in the green room, and you did this all through a program that you created, and we've got to talk about your background. Let's tell folks what you still do for The Biggest Loser.
Well, I've been the chef and nutritionist since season 1 and co-wrote the eating plan, and I put all of my cliff notes in this little book to make it really easy for people to follow at home.
It's called A Small Guide to Losing Big, from the nutritionist for NBC's The Biggest Loser. I love this, actually, and I can't wait to read this. I fight weight loss all the time. I constantly, on the weekend, I'm eating the pizza, I'm eating the ice cream, and then during the week I try and do better. But I do agree with you. Taking that first step is the most difficult thing to do. What is the first step?
Well, the first step is, you have to figure out how many calories you need. So many people don't have a clue about that. Another downfall is that so many people skip meals. And the other thing is, once you're really ready to make this step, you know that you need to prioritize yourself, not your kids, your job, because if you don't focus on yourself, you can't take care of them.
Okay. So you have all of this food, and what is the key here? It's eating the right foods, the right amounts, and knowing your calories.
Exactly. And for example, if you only keep healthy foods in your home, you can't make a bad decision. So the first tip I love to talk about, and this is something that Monte's very familiar with, is we crave things that are salty and crunchy, but forget the potato chips.
I feel your pain, Monte.
Forget the potato chips. Pistachios are the lowest fat nut. They're really delicious, crunchy, salty, and 49 nuts is 1 ounce or 160 calories.
Okay, and there's also a little bit of work in opening the shell, right? So there's a little bit of
calories every time you shell a nut. And this was one of the things that Monte's a real guy. He didn't lose the weight on television. He did it himself by following tips such as these.
And I'm glad you said that, because yeah, we can't all be on The Biggest Loser. We can't all have you right there with us. So how did you two get connected?
We met at a photo shoot a couple months ago, and we just started talking, and I just love his story. I just love his story. A lot of people would love to know. So
as we see the picture there on TV now, that's 48 pounds heavier.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what happened? You met her, you got offered the plan. How did it happen?
I actually found out that I had stage 2 hypertension, and it was kind of an emergency status for me. I needed to lose some weight, and so I got on this plan where I reprioritized my eating in the form of mostly snacking. So that curbed my appetite quite a bit more, and I stopped overeating at meals because of the snacking. And a big part of that was nuts, the pistachios. You mentioned the work with the pistachios and eating a little bit slower. There's a lot of other things, fresh fruit, berries, things like that. So I found myself overeating quite a bit less, and that was probably the key to my success.
And you dropped the 48 pounds, and how long have you had that weight off?
Oh, it's from the beginning. It's been about 2 years. And it's been off for
that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Because there's the yo-yo. Everybody yo-yos. All right, so the key is eating smaller meals or snacks in between the meals. That's what you're saying. And even though we don't have access to you, we have access to the book.
Right.
So it's pistachios, and then I'm looking at Pellegrino here.
Yeah, here's another example. Most of us don't realize how many calories are in frothy coffee drinks. Monte used to drink a lot of beer. He doesn't drink beer anymore. He runs at night instead and eats really wonderful meals. But the example here is to point out, eat your calories with the exception of milk. And if you need something fizzy and refreshing, just a little bit of cranberry juice and sparkling water. Hardly any calories.
Can I run with a beer?
Can try it.
Okay, now what about this? I see grains.
We all eat too much white stuff, white flour, white rice, white sugar, white pasta, loaded with starch and calories, no nutrition. Whole grains such as brown rice, whole grain bread, whole grain pasta, they're loaded with nutrients and fiber, so they're more filling, and you don't need to eat nearly as much. Okay,
and then I'm looking at, is this ciabatta? Am I saying that right, the yogurt?
No, it's not. It is Greek-style yogurt, and this is, a lot of people crave something creamy like ice cream.
Which I do, yes, all the time.
And Greek-style yogurt has twice the protein, half the carb, loaded with calcium. You put a few fresh berries on there, and again, I put some chopped pistachios on there for crunch, and it's a perfect dessert
I
or
love
snack.
It. That actually looks pretty good. Is that edible right now?
Absolutely.
All right, and I see the strawberries and the blueberries. I know there's significance there, right? I'm going to try this.
Yeah,
I have to.
it's, you know, a lot of us have a sweet tooth, and I just try to encourage people to learn to enjoy the sweetness of a piece of fruit. You don't have to have a donut in the morning or
she's saying that because we had a conversation in the green room that I'm a big donut guy. All right, so your book is available everywhere.
Yes, yes.
It's called A Small Guide to Losing Big. Again, the nutritionist for NBC's The Biggest Loser going into season 17 now.
We finished 17 in February.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
and we
crazy.
have access to you through this book.
Absolutely.
All right, Monte, congratulations, my friend.
Thanks very much.
Awesome. All right, you inspire me
Well, great.
to eat well. And thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.